you'll see a folder. This is exactly how we'd like to see you set up your folders when working on a job, specifically working through the process of your 5-part sales process. You'll see your cover page, your on-site checklist, design summary, system sketch, network settings, and installation checklist. But let's just take a look at the first part, which would be the cover page. What we'd have you do is, as you complete various steps of the sales process, just check off that you have completed them. That way you're able to keep yourself on check. Once you've reached all 5, go ahead and check that we're ready to submit. Make sure that you put your name down as a salesperson and what date you passed on your sales documents to the customer service department. Next is make sure that you add the customer name, their name in Sedona, so their business name. As well, make sure that we include a customer number. The next document that we're going to take a look at is our on-site checklist. My apologies, it doesn't look like it's fitting in the given window. There we go. So again, company name, contact name. We want to specify whether it's an existing system or if we have to install a new system. Panel type, location, hardwired or wireless. You can see all of the information that we need to enter. Router location is important because we need to know where we're able to install the NVR, which is the network video recorder. We also need to know whether we're dealing with T-bar sealing or finish sealing, because we have to have an understanding of how we're going to be running the wire throughout the building. Next, did you take any site photos while you were present? Did you obtain a floor plan? A trick that I like to do is when I go into a building, I like to see if they have a fire safety plaque available. And if they do, I like to take a photo of that plaque so then I can use that as my floor plan when designing the security system. We also need to take a look at the expected install time frame. So what is the customer expecting from us? Do they want us to install within a few days, or are we talking weeks? It's important for us to know. Also, the special note section is very important. This is where we can outline anything the customer told us. Maybe there's a certain guy that we need to get in touch with for the installation. Maybe they have a scissor lift available for us for the install. It could be details regarding a partition for the security system. Anything that you gather in terms of information on site that you could possibly forget in the future, make sure that you just add it to the special note contents. The design summary list. Let's take another look at this unit here. So this is where you are writing down the number of cameras, where they're located, and what they're looking at. An example would be camera 1, located in lobby, facing front door, overlooking reception desk. Is it event-driven or look-in? The difference between the two is an event-driven means that it is connected to the VAV system in the sense that it creates notification when and if the alarm system has been tripped. The alternative is a look-in camera, which is strictly used as, exactly as it sounds, a look-in, meaning the business operator can use their phone, a mobile device, whatever, to look at the content of the camera, but they're not going to be notified if someone walks in front of that camera. Also important to note is the zone that is associated with a camera that is event-driven. So what I mean by that is I need to know what the zone number is for the door at the front entry and the motion sensor that would be connected to the camera overlooking the reception to the front door. So make sure that you list all of that, because programming needs to be done to ensure that these devices talk to each other. The system sketch. As I mentioned to you before, this is one of my favorite documents because it allows me to feel as though I am artistic. With this document here, you're actually going to just print it off. You're going to fill out the graph paper with your drawing. So again, you're just going to draw out a very simple sketch of what the building looks like in terms of a floor plan. You don't need to draw couches, you don't need to draw flower pots. Focus on hallways, doors, windows, large items that might impede the view of security devices. Make sure that you're writing down where we're going to install the control panel, where the network video recorder needs to go, where we have door contacts, smoke detectors, glass breaks, window contacts, router keypad. Mark down every camera, where the power outlets are, whether the building is multi-story, drop ceiling, and if a lift is required for installation. One of the last sections is the network settings. So this is a document that is provided to the client. For me, it might as well be French. I don't understand very much of it myself, but fill out just the top portion here for the customer to make it easier on them. They won't know their customer ID. They'll know their name, their site address. Make sure that they write down who their IT contact is, because if we have any questions pertaining to network settings, it's good for us to know who we need to call. Now, as I said before, this is all French to me down here. I don't know enough about it, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. But it's important to know that we need to provide this to the customer. I usually do it after I get the signature from them, because this can be overwhelming. And it's not sneaky, it's just they have enough going on with signing all the documents and getting it back to us that I leave this for after. If the customer doesn't have internet in their building yet, when they're signing, that's more than all right. Just get an expectation from them as to when they expect to have the internet in place, because we will need the internet in place to correctly set up the camera system. The last page is the installation checklist. So this is basically making sure that we've crossed all our T's, dotted our I's, making sure that we have a signed security proposal, a monitoring agreement, that they've completed the contact checklist, the credit application if applicable, that we're satisfied with the content within our scope of work, we're happy with the floor plan, the network settings have been given back, the design has been reviewed by a technician, happy with the camera locations in view, and that a technician has actually reviewed your whole package to make sure that they're satisfied with your system design, and that the customer will be satisfied. So that kind of gives you an idea of what is inside the 5-part sales package, which is a very powerful tool to ensure that you're successful within your role.